We have a community of women, and we need to uplift each other and be there for each other.
Some eyes. Ain't nobody mad about no eye color. We talking about badonkadonks, butts, and we talking about chests. Okay. I'm gonna use the word chest. Let's be honest here. We're not. What female out there cares about another female eyes like that? If you care, that
I do.
Nobody cares about that.
Okay, but yeah.
Hello world, my name is Tristan.
My name is Kimmy.
And you're now listening to Join
the Conversation Podcast.
Welcome to the first episode of the Join the Conversation Podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Tristan.
My name is Kimberly.
And today on episode 1, our very first topic is going to be about Am I Enough? So before we get into that, I think a little personal intro about us, who we are, etc., will be pretty nice. So I'm gonna start it off. My name is Lud Tristan, but I mostly go by Tristan. I'm from Denmark, South Carolina. I'm a recent graduate of Charleston Southern University, class of 2019. I got a bachelor's in psychology. I minored in sociology. I guess my goal with that is to go off, get my master's, and eventually one day have my own clinical counseling, my own practice, basically. I don't know what else to say.
I think that's good. I'm Kimberly. I'm originally from the Philippines, and I moved to the United States when I was 8. Then the states I've been to or lived in are Hawaii, Texas, and now here. And I'm gonna be my junior year of college at Charleston Southern University. I
remember my school days.
Hush, boy. And I'm getting my bachelor in science in early childhood education. Yeah. And you might be thinking, why are we listening to these two people? Go ahead.
All right, so the purpose of this podcast is to eliminate the negative connotation behind the word opinion. So we kind of came up with this podcast idea by just simple conversations late at night when you're just sitting in the bed, can't fall asleep, you're bored, you're not
just
paying attention.
Scrolling through your phone and we see something.
Yeah, that too. Scrolling through your phone or you're watching TV and something comes up, like a topic just pops up and you
have an opinion about it.
Yeah, you have an opinion about it. You end up engaging into a conversation with your she's the only one in the bed, so end up having a conversation with her about it.
I would hope I'm the only one in the bed, huh?
Anyway, you have a conversation with that person about it, and you kind of see their different opinions, and then you realize that it just hits you that man, this topic we just had a discussion about. This is something that a lot of people probably
have a say in.
Yeah, have an opinion on, or they think about, but they're too afraid to express it.
Express how they feel and their viewpoint in it, because most often nowadays when you voice your opinion, you're kind of looked at in a certain way, especially if it doesn't match up to the person listening to you.
Yeah.
Which we've had a couple times to where we both didn't really agree on how each other thought or how each other viewed the topic. I don't know exactly what topic it was, what we were talking about, but we've had a couple of those. And then there's a good bit that we both agree on and see eye to eye. Right? That makes sense.
It does. I was just trying to figure out where you were going with it.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's just basically like, I don't know, like, so I don't know what I want to say, but just with the opinion itself, it's just, the word opinion just seems to be so scary, so negative. And like she said, if you have a different opinion from someone else, and you get, especially nowadays with technology and on the internet, you get slandered, you get attacked, you may be called crazy, etc., etc. So we kind of just, said, you know what, let's create a podcast where people can, like, we're kind of like the
what's it called? what's it called? Where like there's no good, there's no bad. You can be there. Like you know how they have like you know how they have like gangs where like it's like you can't do anything in that little area. Like you can't sell or.
What are you talking about?
Just that safe area.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Safe haven.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. But
that makes sense.
We are basically the risk takers here. Like we decided that. I mean, personally, I don't care if somebody come and say whatever to me. You know, however they feel.
To me,
that's fine. You know,
I care.
I don't care. You know, I want all the smoke, but basically just we took. That's funny. Anyway, we decided to be the risk takers and just wanted to allow people to
join
feel
the conversation
safe with their opinions.
Sorry.
So to kind of hit into that, and we're gonna jump into this topic really soon. This is the first episode, so we want to cover a little bit of everything. But for anybody that's out there that ends up listening to this podcast, they have their thoughts and opinions on it. Definitely leave a comment on how what you agree with, what you don't agree with, etc., etc. It's perfectly fine.
And we do ask for other people too. If you have your opinion, try not to slander someone else's opinion under the comments, because we do want this platform to be, open to everyone. And
like just a safe area to where people can come and just express their opinions without any fear,
Mm-hmm.
So, because I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's gonna think alike. Because if that was the case, the world wouldn't be what it is today. So, I think that's the issue and why people are so afraid of voicing their opinions, and why the word opinion itself is just so negative, because people I lost my train of thought. But people I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say some deep stuff.
That's very rare, so
yeah, whatever. Anyway, people I lost it.
It's good.
Shut up. Why are you screaming? But people just people kind of just run away from it because they just.
It's scary because if you say it's your opinion and it's not how the other person's thinking, they're automatically thinking, "Oh, you're wrong. Yeah. You're wrong." So it's like you start thinking and questioning, "Oh, is what I'm thinking really how I feel and how I think?" And you just kind of, I don't know, start to lose yourself within it.
True. Very true. I forgot what I was gonna say. You kind of saved me in a way, but
I'll always save you.
Anyway, basically, what I think I was getting ready to hit at was that, what was I saying?
You were about to, I think, introduce the topic.
No, it wasn't that.
No, it wasn't that.
It was something with opinion. I was about to say some deep stuff.
Dang, I missed it.
Dang, so you're not paying attention, huh?
No, I missed that you...
Anyway, I think I was just gonna hit and say that basically, I don't know, but this is gonna be a safe zone for people to voice their opinions, man. It's okay to have different opinions and different thoughts on different things. I think, basically I was gonna say was, it's just so scary and and the word is just so negative because people don't accept others' opinions. People don't accept others' differences. If it's not their way, it's like, what are you doing? You're crazy,
Yeah.
So, I'm a big believer on just accepting people's opinions and just learning, because you can always learn from somebody. If somebody have a different opinion, you might get some information from them that you might just learn from. So, it's not that big of a deal in theory if somebody has their own different opinion. Mm-hmm. Just respect it and move on. You don't have to be in a hard argument wanting to fight somebody, especially over the internet about it.
We see that a lot when we read comments on other people's posts. It's like a whole debate about it.
So if you do have the courage to voice your opinions in the comments, somebody come at you, just call me. I'm pulling up. I'm gonna have the.
We'll make sure, keep track of everything. Make sure that there's no negativity. Yeah. There's no negative energy under the comments or any of that. That's in regards of this podcast, at least.
Yeah, definitely that. But if it get to that point, y'all want to duke it out. Hey, I'm pulling up. We can have a little nice, clean boxing match.
Oh my gosh.
Nice, clean little fight. Because everybody want to shoot nowadays. Everybody's too scared to fight. You can fight it out and then go home and, live to see another day. But everybody too scared and want to shoot nowadays. But they say, stop the violence. But I feel like you can't, in theory. I mean, you can get to a point where you stop the violence, but you got to kind of slowly, gradually dumb down on the violence. So let's go from shooting to boxing.
That's a whole different topic. A whole different topic right there.
You're right. All right, so it's 10 minutes in. Let's go ahead and jump into this conversation.
The topic will be, like we said, it's just the phrase, am I enough?
So you want to define that?
Yeah.
Okay, you can get your hands off of me.
So I guess from how I see it, the whole phrase, am I enough, is a question that we often ask ourselves. I don't know. Okay, it's the question of you basically saying, oh, is who I am or what I'm doing, what I'm saying, basically your whole being. Oh, I popped my shoulder. Your whole being, am I enough?
Mm-hmm. That's basically feeling, you might just say basically feeling accepted in the world,
Yeah.
So, go
ahead. Oh, there's different aspects of our lives that you kind of ask this question to yourself, which is in your personal life, which is, I guess, around the society and all that, social media, yada, 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 around for your family. Are you enough for your friends? Are you enough for the relationship you're in or your work life? Mm-hmm. So I guess I kind of just introduced the different subcategories of how the phrase, am I enough, kind of revolves around our life, even without realizing it, And there's different ways that you can ask this question, especially, I don't know about from a guy's standpoint, but from a girl's standpoint, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we kind of ask that question. It's not funny.
I'm not saying that.
But it's just that question all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I thought you were going to say some more stuff.
No.
But, I guess we can, later on, we can get into a gender thing. But back to those 5 things on, your personal, family, friends, relationship, work. I guess we can share our personal experience with the question and just with those 5 things, and I guess I'm gonna try to do it very briefly. We're 12 minutes in, so
we're Gucci.
How long you want to make this thing? I don't know, but we're just gonna see what time we want to stop this. All right, so personal experience with the question, am I enough? For me, so let's say personal life, I'm just target towards society. Especially living in this day and age where technology is real big. You see, you just see a lot of different stuff. You see a lot of things you see is just like money driven stuff, basically. Put it that way. You see, you always see somebody that's holding a bunch of money, they're rich, they're traveling, etc., etc. And it might come a point in time in your life where you feel quote unquote inferior to someone like that. And there's been times, especially when I was growing up, coming from a low income environment, where it's been times where I was just like, man, dang, I don't have much, and I'm seeing, growing up, especially seeing different rappers and stuff, just say from that age point, you see the girls going crazy for them, et cetera, whatever. and you just had that question like, dang man, I don't have much. I don't have nothing at all. My moms and dad take care of me, so especially at the youngest age point, just be like, well, dang, am I enough? So just with society, I think. Damn, am I even giving a personal experience? But I guess I am. It's just I don't know. It's just a lot of influence, negative influence that can get someone down to make them feel inferior. Especially for a guy, because just to be real, there's always a guy out there that may look better than you, taller than you, faster than you, stronger than you, whatever, whatever, whatever. And you just have, at least for guys, just have that moment where you just, or I can't say necessary for me, especially now. Maybe when I was younger, a little younger. I'm 22 by the way, but when I was a little younger, stuff like that make you feel kind of inferior, make you feel like, well, dang, am I enough? I don't know if I'm enough for somebody, yada yada. And I guess that kind of just hits on personal, mostly around society. As far as family, family is kind of a thing, kind of like for at least for a personal experience for me. You might have that one family member, or you might have siblings. I got two brothers. You might have, cousins, whatever, anybody surrounding the family that may be doing, great. Like, okay, matter of fact, I got an incident, well, something on my mind right now that I can think of. So, not gonna say which cousin, but I had a cousin that I was close to, and I guess he used to get, I guess you could say, like a lot of praise because I don't know, he was doing good in school, good in sports, etc., etc. Especially being young at that age, and you're seeing this, and you're not necessarily getting that same love, same treatment, same attention from your family or whatever. It that question sinks in your mind, like, well, the stuff that I'm doing, I'm not a straight A student, but I got maybe one or two A's, a B, I got a C. It ain't. I may got a D. I'm trying. At least I'm trying. But it doesn't seem like it's enough. Sport wise, you may be not the best. You might be a hard worker at that at the time, but um, I don't. I lost my train of thought, but um, yeah, basically, like, I guess that's kind of like my personal, a quick. I don't even know if I'm really staying on topic of a personal experience, but I guess a personal experience that I can think of is like family related. It's a situation like that with a cousin that I had growing up, and especially being young. Um, I think young people in general just have that question pop in their head probably like 100 times a day. But fast forwarding to friends, because I don't want to be take up all the time. Friends, yeah, it's so hard to say personal experience because where I am in my life right now, that I don't care about none of this stuff anymore. But there's people out there that's I'm asked to grow and escape this thought, this mindset. So, but I understand that there's people out there that's still going through this, and I can understand. And I'm trying to give a personal experience so maybe it can relate and connect to someone out there. That's kind of tough because I'm not in that same position I was growing up. But for friends, um, personal experience, I guess you might, for instance, I have a couple friends that's doing pretty good. Not saying I'm doing bad or anything like that, but you know, uh, financial stable wise, they're in a better position than I am, and you might be giving your all, trying to improve and get better and work hard and let's say go to school, get the things that you need to improve and help your family, etc., etc. But you see your friend over here who's like, okay, especially for when I was going my time during college, I have a couple of friends that didn't go to school. but they were working. And when you're in college, of course you can work, but if you don't got no transportation and if you don't really have the time, you can't work. So I used to see them. They used to be having money, used to be taking trips, and you just had that thought sneak in your head, and you just be like, "Dang, I'm sitting here in college, going to class. You don't see the end. Especially just being a freshman, sophomore, you don't see the end just yet. You just like, dang, man, should I even have come to college? Should I just straight out of high school started working? Because, man, look at my friend. He got all this money. He's working, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm sitting here in college in the classroom learning and stuff. And you just have that thought like, well, dang. And what especially if, money attracts. All right, for men, how I put it, money attracts female, it attracts attention, etc., etc. Wait. No. Let me finish. It attracts. Oh, here, let me help. It attracts some females and attracts some men.
Thank you.
I mean, no, I said some men.
No. It can attract other men.
Anyway, it attracts.
It attracts people.
It attracts people, yeah. So, you being a person in college, man, them ramen noodle nights, them days not eating, is real. Especially the CAF schedule time is all weird. So CAF closed about 6:30. Especially living on campus. After that time, you ain't got nothing. Man, by 9-10 o'clock, especially for a college student, you gonna be hungry again. So if you ain't, you gotta have to pop open them noodles and make it work. But just living like that, you just be like, dang, am I enough? And if my friend got all this,
is what you're doing enough?
Yeah, what I'm doing is enough. Jumping down to relationships real quick. I'm taking up so much time. I'm so sorry. Relationship. People probably don't turn this off. But for relationships, I guess like personal experience for relationships. I'm trying to make it personal experience.
If you don't have any, that's
true.
Understandable.
But I'm trying to being a guy, there's gonna be a guy out there that can probably relate to a personal story that I have. So, that's different from females. I guess just the main thing that just hit me. That's the number one question is, am I enough in facts of, in area, not area, but am I enough for just your girlfriend overall, Because like I said, there's other guys out there that may be taller, look better than you, yada, yada, yada. And, that thought does creep in your mind where you just be like, let's say your friend, your girlfriend at the time has a male friend, and he's a handsome guy. I don't know what's so wrong with men acknowledging that another man is handsome, but he's a handsome guy, whatever, and it just be times where, you might have a moment where you just be like, dang, he got all this, am I really enough for her? Is she happy with me, et cetera, et cetera. Not to go into great details on that just yet, but that's what I could think of for a relationship. And then work, just being at work, man, especially being, what you feel the hardest worker there. And a lot of times, maybe it's just your ego, but a lot of times it's the facts that you really are the hardest worker there. And you see, you see Joe over there who barely give effort, and he's getting praise and recognition for all this stuff that he's really not doing. It's because of the work that you do. And you just be like, man, that's when that real thought of, am I enough, am I good enough to even be here, etc., creep in your mind. And that's definitely been one of the things, personal wise for me, for work at least. That's mostly my 5 personal experience, I guess. I hope I tie that in to the best I can to be personal, but when you kind of clean yourself of negativity, it kind of, it's hard to remember those negative thoughts in a way, so, at least for me. All right,
it's
your turn, yeah. Go ahead and represent for the ladies.
So, I guess for my personal experience with the whole question, am I enough in the society or the world, pretty much, is the whole image, the whole self-image and all that. And just basically the standard of how a lady or a woman or a girl, whatever you want to say, should act and look. So that's the one thing. And like we said earlier, social media plays like a really big part in that. But I guess you can kind of say, as a woman, you need to just hold yourself higher and just look at yourself and be like, oh, I am enough for me. You need to start looking at it that way, not the whole, oh, am I going to be enough for them? Because that's how you'll always be. And I know that's a hard thing to do, which I'm still learning to do. Yeah. Because as a woman, it's hard with that mental part of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, there's a lot more with society-wise, but I don't want to make it super long. Family-wise, I guess, when I was younger, I used to always get compared to my parents' friends' kids. I'm always told...
That is a main thing.
Yeah, I'm always told, hey, they're doing this. Hey, they're doing that. Hey, they look like this. Hey, they look like that. Why don't you go do that? Why don't you look like that? Why don't you try to do this to become like them? And in my head, I'm like, dang, why am I who I am enough for you? You're my parents. You're supposed to be the one that's saying, good job, or like, hey, I really, that sounds really weird, but like, just be the one encouraging your kid to be who they are, not the whole other way around, because I've heard that my whole entire life, to be, especially when I was in the middle school years, and especially in the high school years. I was always being told, hey, your friends are like this, why don't you try to become more like them?
Mm.
And it's like, it's really annoying, especially at that point in your life, that you're still trying to figure out who you are, what you like, what you're into, and you're constantly being told, you need to be like them, you need to be like that. So you kind of get lost in who you really are, to the point where you come in college, you can become rebellious, and you just kind of, I guess this is my personal experience, you kind of become rebellious your first year of college, which what happened to me. I just did whatever I wanted. I let go, I guess you can say I let go of school, because I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted in life, because ever since I was younger, I was told I needed to become this, I needed to become that, to where it's like I'm a little puppet. So that college year was kind of a push to finding what I liked, what I wanted to be, and who I wanted to be in that aspect. And then the friends-wise is kind of more of a balance thing with time. The question, am I enough, or is what I'm doing enough for my friends? You kind of lose yourself and taking care of yourself because you're so focused on taking care of your friends, taking care of other people in general, and you start losing focus on you and self-care and all that, to where you always want to please your friends, make sure you're there for them, but you're never there for yourself. You give them certain advices they need in life when they come to you, but you don't listen to the advice you give them that you need in your life. And that's kind of one thing. And then the whole time management is like, oh, am I spending enough time with them? That's kind of how I lost most of my friends. Is I didn't spend enough time with them, I guess, and I didn't go out and do stuff with them enough. So they kind of was just like, okay, forget it. We just not gonna bother Kimmy. We'll leave Kimmy alone and just not talk to her, whatever. Cool. I'm cool with being by myself. Well, now I am. Because that's kind of what I'm used to now. But other than that, because I've never been like a really social person until somebody else comes up to me. Never been to the point where like I go up to you and then we just become best friends all of a sudden. That's one thing. And then the relationship wise, the whole am I enough? I'm kind of similar to yours, is especially girls. There's so many girls out there that's so pretty, that just has that perfect body and perfect hair, perfect face, perfect everything. Just perfect everything. And it's just like, it's not funny. I'm being serious. So it's hard, basically, because you're just looking at them and you're like, oh shoot.
What?
It's like, oh, is what I'm doing for him enough? You know, is he, if he goes looking over there, will he leave? Or blah, 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 blah. Basically, stuff like that. Or like, say, another thing is like, oh, am I contributing enough? To the point where it's like the guy doesn't feel like, what?
Say that word again.
Contributing.
Oh, go ahead.
Isn't that how you say it?
Go ahead.
Say it.
You got it. Go ahead.
No, say it.
Brett, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's like you're not contributing enough, like, I guess with money or whatever it may be. But contributing enough in their life in a positive way, not in a negative way, but more in a positive. Damn, I just repeated myself. But
It'd be like that.
But just in that way too. And plus, say the guy you're with is so perfect and like everything they do, they worship you. Not technically worship, but they do everything for you. And it's like in your head like, oh, they're this amazing person. I don't feel like I'm enough for them. Let me just leave the relationship. That kind of...
I don't think girls do that. Go ahead, I'll let you finish.
You don't think girls do that?
Nah, go ahead, finish.
I think girls do. I've done that.
Okay, go ahead, finish.
Well, it's just that, and just like the whole, basically always comparing, I don't know about anybody else out there, but always comparing yourself, I guess I can say myself, to somebody else, and always thinking, I don't think I'm enough for this person. I think whatever they're looking at is enough for them, but I don't think I will be. And I think that's just a hard battle to overcome because of social media, because of just that mindset is hard to get out of, especially if it's been a mindset that's been stuck on you since you were younger. And then I'm gonna just skip to work. But work-wise, I guess similar to you, like you do all this work, but then never get praised for it. Granted, I'm not out there working for your praise, but damn, you praising this lazy man, this lazy woman, when they ain't doing nothing, and I'm not getting anything. Which I guess kind of, it hurts, but it's like you lose your motivation to even do anything. And then another thing with work is like, is my job enough to support what I want? Is my job enough to support my family? Is my job enough to support basically all the aspects in your life? Is counting on your job. So you're thinking to yourself, I'm spending all this time at work, I'm spending all this energy at work, but yet I'm coming in with barely any money. That can't really support the people that I love and care about. So I guess that's a different way to look at the whole, am I enough? But in a way, you're kind of looking at it as, is my job enough? You know? I
don't know what you say.
But yeah.
And I'm about to yawn. But
it still does.
No. Oh, okay.
So I guess we'll skip to the whole. Since we have, go ahead.
Before that, I guess overall with those 5 things, just ultimately those feelings on those 5. Because the last thing we're gonna hit on is kind of like for, we're gonna do. We're just gonna talk about 5 things, our personal opinions on 5 things we think that both genders struggle with. Feeling enough wise. But just for those 5 things, if you're somebody that's out there that's kind of struggling with feeling enough on those aspects, I guess just ultimately just realize it starts for number one. It just starts with just loving yourself and
I agree.
being assured of who you are first, and then once you do that, and you kind of let's just say you open up your third eye, you understand, you kind of get to a point where you just feel the society stuff you stop caring about, your family, you love them to death, but you realize it's toxic, and you just need to separate yourself from that because it's only going to do harm to you, especially if you have a family member that's hard-headed, not listening to you, don't want to change, whatever.
Well, you gotta think in their age and their time.
Because a lot of,
They're
especially
set in their ways.
Yeah, especially a lot of old people. Being an African American male, I can say that I know a lot of old people that's set in their ways. But
Asians too. My grandma, the one that I didn't see until I was 20, she's very stuck in her way.
yeah, but it'd be like that though. You just have to understand and respect it because especially when you get older. If you're a young person listening to this and you're probably going through some stuff with your family, just realize once you get just be patient, just understand. Always keep that respect for them. But as you get older, you start understanding more, and then you realize like okay, the way they grew up is completely different from how you're growing up right now. Back then, they didn't have all this technology and stuff. But you're, blessed enough to be born in this day and age where technology is growing at a very, very fast pace. So just have that mindset of understanding. Well, yeah, ultimately it just starts with self love and relationship. Like I said, you love yourself first. Then you'll be able to love someone else. Work, just ultimately, man, with work, you just got to do what you got to do.
Focus on your tasks. Don't so much focus on other people's success. Obviously, congratulate them on their success and all that. But just keep pushing hard. Make sure you're doing everything in your best ability. And like we said earlier, don't really seek praise from your boss or whatever, because they see it.
Yeah, they notice it,
but
they might just be don't want to give it to you, but they notice and they know. And I guess, but speaking of that, with the whole praise thing, because there's probably going to be people like, oh, you shouldn't need praise or validation or whatever. It's
nice to hear here and there.
Let's be real. It's nice to hear, you working hard, and it's just nice to hear your boss say, hey, you're doing a great job, man. I really appreciate it. Good work. It's nice to hear that.
That goes along with every aspect. Personal, family, friends, relationship, work. It's nice to hear some type of praise or, I don't know, a compliment here and there. Like, I do that with you. When we're driving, I just look at you and be like, oh, you're so handsome. But just little praises like that matters because it's not even the whole look thing. It's just, they have that confidence. They already know it. They're smart. They're handsome. Whatever.
Basically, have that self-confidence,
but like it's a different feeling when somebody else says it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they notice.
Yeah, especially, a self-confident person. Overall, it's just nice to hear. Whether you got high confidence or your confidence is low, it's just nice to hear.
Yeah.
That. So if you're somebody out there right now who hasn't heard that, whenever you hear this podcast, just know that you're an amazing person. Keep doing you. Keep working hard. Keep improving yourself in your life. Love yourself, and
basically improve yourself for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't improve yourself for someone else.
Yeah, you're amazing. So forget. We just told you so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna jump down. We have a little outline. Just to be real, we have an outline we're trying to follow because we try to do this without an outline and kind of was just all over. So
this is still kind of sort of all over, but
a lot of podcasts be very, very scripted. We're not doing that. No, we're not gonna do that. If there's some bloopers in there, you're gonna get it. So, so we're gonna jump to 5 things. Like I said earlier, 5 things that both genders struggle with feeling enough on.
You speak on behalf of a woman, and I'll speak on behalf of a man.
I mean, we can just. I mean, yeah, but in general, we can just say. I'll just say, we decide to shoot at a man. We're not shoot, but we decide to go with a man first. And I'll say something, you say something. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I don't want to start with men. I'm going to start with you females out there.
Women.
You women out there. Things that y'all feel like y'all not enough about.
A lot of things. At least for me.
We ain't talking about you.
Oh.
You're included, but we're not just singly talking about you.
Go ahead.
We're talking about all the beautiful women out there. Anyway, there's so many things.
5. Only list 5.
Yeah, I knew that, but I'm saying there's so many things. I thought you was about to start counting down. Count me down, woman. 5 things. I mean, one thing at least that women feel that they're not enough about. Let's just say overall. I don't know. You go first. I don't know.
Body image.
All right, body image. Let me shoot back.
That's a very big deal.
I'm gonna say, yeah, body. I guess you say features. Being pretty.
Body confidence.
Yeah. Body confidence. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So, you want to shoot at it?
Basically, it's not even just how your body is shaped. It's how you look and certain features. Like a girl might have blue eyes and you have brown eyes, and you're like, oh man, I wish I could have blue eyes. Like, that's cool. Compliment the girl that got blue eyes. Cool, you got pretty eyes. I do that. I compliment other girls. It's a little, we have a community of women, and we need to uplift each other and be there for each other.
Some eyes. Ain't nobody mad about no eye color. We're talking about badonkadonks, butts, and we're talking about chests. Okay. I'm gonna use the word chest. Let's be honest here. We're not. What female out there cares about another female eyes like that? If you care, that
I do.
Nobody cares about that.
Okay, but it's like you. Okay, that's a very big deal. The whole ass and boobs. It's like, oh damn, she's got big boobs. I wish I had big boobs. Let me go get implants. Which, nothing is wrong with that. If that's what makes you happy and that's what makes you feel confident, go ahead, do you. Like we said, focus on yourself. And if that makes you happy, do it. Okay. Do it. But that's the type of feeling, I guess you can say, the whole am I enough feeling is, oh, is my chest enough? Is my butt big enough? Is all that stuff enough? Because the whole big butt, big boobs, big everything is now a trend. So it's not funny. But it's like that really eats up a person's confidence. Especially if there's if your significant other, whomever you're with, is always looking at other people's bodies like that, and you just kind of look at yourself like, oh, dang, I don't think I'm enough for him or her, because my body is not what he wants. He wants someone else's. So that kind of shoots your confidence and your feeling of enoughness. I don't think that's a word, but the feeling of being enough for society, boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever you're with. Yeah. So that's a big part.
I'm about to give y'all ladies some game out though. I'm about to be telling I'm telling our secrets, but if it's gonna benefit and help a lady out there, a woman out there, then I'm willing to sacrifice my guy code card, partial of it. I might be suspended for a month, but it's all right.
I've never heard any of this either, so.
Duh, because you're not a guy and you're not a part of the guy code. Anyway, ultimately, the boobs and butt is mainly stuff that matters to a guy if they're immature or just young. It becomes a point, especially when you a guy. It becomes a point where a guy hit this. When he hit maturity, say that right? Maturity.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hits the level of maturity where he realized that not realized, but where personality is more important than those features because I once was a booty fanatic. I was crazy about booty. Fanatic the word? I don't know, but I enjoyed big booties, being a guy, and it came a point as I got older that I realized. Let's say, a matter of fact, how it got to that point was from dating women or talking to women or messing with women that had assets and realizing that overall them as a person sucked very, very much and their personality was terrible. And that's when it hit me as I got older. It hit me, and it's like, you know what? Just because she got chest, I'm not a boob type of guy, but just because she got chest or she got a big butt doesn't mean that she's a great person. I guess you can say, not to put it in the best way possible. It doesn't mean that she's a great person. Her personality could be trash, and if their personality in theory doesn't match yours in a way. Let's say if you're a person that's very jokey, etc., and they're a person that's strict and don't find anything funny. Trying to make something work off of assets and chess is not going to work. You have to find somebody that matches your personality, matches your energy. So, for all my ladies out there, just know it does not matter if you happen to meet a man. He's not going to look at you for your assets and your chest. Now, I must add that it is a plus. It is a plus. I'm gonna be real. It is a plus, but it doesn't really matter. It really don't matter. If you got a great personality, open-minded, very open-minded. You might not be a person that's very a jokey and jokey person, but if you just be open-minded to that person, that guy's personality, that he's like to crack jokes or whatever, and you just be open, engaged into it. You might not really find it funny, but you can give out your best fake laugh. But there's personality is what matters most. Anything would you like to add, dear?
Yeah, personality matters, but that is a very hard part to overcome because there's so much out there. And
I understand, but I'm just giving the ladies some hope out there because just think about it. Matter of fact, just think about a lot of look at celebrities. Matter of fact, they have the chest, they have the butt.
They get cheated on.
And why you think they get cheated on? Sometimes the guy's just a dog. I'm not gonna say no dog. No man is dog. We're fake.
They're a boy.
But they just not at the I'm gonna say they're not at the space to be committed. I'll put it that way.
And that's getting to a point where you're ready to commit to someone is a very, very hard place to be at. Not everybody can get there as fast as another person can, or commitment is a very big deal. And I feel like women, ladies, and whatever, they're easier they're more comfortable to commit to their significant other quicker than a guy might be. To a guy, it'll take time, whatever, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Because they still want to explore. But for a girl, I feel like it's easier to point out qualities that we like about a person, and we think ahead and just see how those qualities are gonna favor in our lives in the future. And like basically plan out our life with that person in regards of their personality and all that, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Alright, so next one, let's jump over to men. One thing I feel like as men that we let's say we feel that we're not enough about is dang, what's the word? I'm tripping. How did I not know this word? I know the word, but I can't get it out of my head. Masculinity. That's the word I'm looking for.
I think so.
Yeah, just being
masculine.
Yeah, just being a man.
In
as
what
a man,
aspect of masculinity?
Just alright. So let's just say,
like, are you talking about body, or are you talking about
all of that? To be honest, everything that just surrounds masculinity, whether it's you're not as muscular as somebody else. I said muscular. I thought I said musky. Muscular as somebody else. You're let's just say your woman made in theory wear the pants, and she done got you in the little house to where you are afraid to be a man, or maybe you got lit off your job. Now your wife or your girlfriend is doing all the working, and then that doesn't make you feel like a man. You're like, dang, I need to be the one providing, etc.
Yeah.
Just overall, just masculinity. Just that brings up the question of like, dang, man, am I enough? What I'm doing is enough. I'm gonna let you shoot. What you think?
I think that's a really good point too, but also I guess a woman needs to play a part in that, in making sure a woman or a man needs to play a part in that, to where they let their significant other know, like, hey, I understand you're in this rut right now, feeling like you're not enough, because it'll be obvious when a man is in that rut, or is feeling down, or feels like, oh, they're not enough. It's obvious. Basically just make sure you're there for them. Make them feel like, hey, this happened, but you can bounce back from it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because a guy can't do everything. He can't support.
We Superman out here.
I understand. Like that's a good mindset right there. Is to think you can do everything, but it's nice to have somebody by your side to fall back on.
True that.
Because if you don't have somebody else that you can fall back on and make sure that, hey, if I what's it called? Go low or hit. If I hit ground bottom, the other person will be there to catch me.
I was not about to
whether it be financially or whatever. Basically, just be that person to hear them out and make sure that they're not staying down there and you're lifting them back up to where they used to be. Help them. If they got laid off their job, help them find a job. If they don't feel masculine, go to the gym with them. You don't have to go work out. Eat some damn chips and watch them work out.
You better get in there. You better spot me.
But yeah, you can do all that. Spot him. You can do the workouts with him. I can
do the work.
Boy, I can.
You will not
spot
you. You will not spot me.
But that's the type of stuff you need to do. Or if you feel like your man he has a goal and he's falling back in his goal, you need to be that person to push him towards that goal. Don't let your man just do the bare minimum. Be the person to motivate them to better themselves. Because you don't need a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever it may be, to be the one dragging you down. You need somebody that's helping you push yourself to the best version of you, not somebody who's slacking or whatever.
True. I guess, but we kind of tie that into around relationship. Just outside of that, if a guy that's not in a relationship, man,
Go.
just find that ultimately find that confidence in yourself. Just find that self love in yourself.
Start working out. Find a buddy.
Work out. You can find a buddy, or you can just work out yourself. There's like motivational videos and stuff on YouTube, on iTunes. Just listen to them. It really give you a lot of energy. Put on your favorite music. Vibe to it. Get up, work out if you really want that.
Yeah.
If not, okay, cool. But
use that as that feeling of being down, saying, "Oh, my body isn't as good as this person. I'm not masculine enough." Use that as a motivation to be like, okay, I'm going to hit the gym X amount of times and I'm going to hit this goal. You know what I'm saying? Don't use that as a put down. Use it as a way to motivate.
Yeah. We might not get 5 things, but
I'd say we'll hit 3.
3? All right, back to females.
Dang, maybe just 2.
Maybe it's 2.
Yeah.
Because we had
so
55
this is our last
minutes
one.
and counting. Yeah. Y'all don't need too much. And if you have any things, put it in the comment. If you listen to this podcast, and we're probably 9 out of 10, we're going to comment back and, give our feedback, give our thoughts on, not feedback, but our thoughts on it, engage in a little nice conversation with you. Yeah.
To our best of our ability.
Yeah, to the best of our ability. Just know we do have personal lives, so sometimes we probably won't. But back to female. I know we're supposed to be reversed, and I'm giving my thoughts on female and male, but that's I can't
everything.
But for female, body was kind of like just the appearance of the body was just everything, just about the main thing at least. I say it like that kind of counts too. What you got?
Basically what we do. Not what we do, but yeah. What we do. I guess it's easier for us, for me, because we live together. What we do in the house, what we do at this job, what we do, who we are.
Oh, like your role.
Yeah.
Oh.
Our role as a woman. I guess this ties a lot in our relationship.
I'm just playing.
But no, we share that. Don't make it seem like
I am Chef Boyardee in the flesh.
Please.
I'm the master chef.
But that plays a big role in it.
And you about to bite your finger off. I'm sorry.
Oh, please. But that plays a big part of is the whole work, life, personal, all that stuff is when I'm doing enough for him.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Because that mindset, I guess, I don't know if it's just me, but as a female or as a woman, your mindset is to please. Not all women are like that. Some women are like me. Some men are like that too. But just that being in that mindset of I gotta do this for him, I gotta make sure I'm playing a part in basically putting in something, contributing in your life. And I guess that doesn't really come only in relationship, that goes in family too. Make sure you're contributing money-wise too. I get it, as a woman, you're not really looked at as the main financial support. But it kind of does have, thing to it. Maybe that's just me personally, but I feel like a lot of people count on you, so you need to make sure you're there and you're strong and you're stable so that you can help those people out. And I feel like that's a big part where people start, I guess it's not just for women, it's for men too. Just asking ourselves, is what I'm doing enough to support all these people? It's not even your first, I guess you're not, what's it called? Not first family, but like your husband and wife. So that's your main family.
I was about to say immediate family, but that's not.
Yeah. No, that's what it is. Immediate family.
See, I graduated.
I'm not from America.
Oh.
But yeah, that plays a big part. You need to make sure your immediate family's taken care of, and then yada yada yada. Make sure everyone's basically taken care of. I guess that kind of more on goes to as a man, but for me,
that kind of hits both really.
Yeah.
And that, I guess, just.
What's your standpoint in that?
I mean, I agree with everything you said. We kind of covered everything really, but you said I don't know.
Said a lot of things.
Yeah, you did. So I was trying to figure out which to say, but I agree on basically everything. But I guess I can provide a solution, quote unquote solution, and that just like I said, that's not a solution, but just a recap of just that self love. Also, just talking, if we're talking a relationship wise, just talking to your significant other, letting them know how you feel. Because how can something get better if you're not expressing what's wrong? So.
Yeah, but what if you're not with somebody that doesn't really listen when you try to say something?
Then skedaddle. You can tell them if they don't listen, then maybe that person, if they don't care enough to listen to you and care for your feelings and want to, make you feel better, then maybe that person isn't just for you, to be real. So, I don't know. That's just about everything I got. What about you?
That's all I've got.
So, this, like you said, this is the very first episode. I don't know if this episode was, very engaging to you guys that are listening still. We're just getting out these first episode jitters, getting out these the bugs. We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there.
Because this was about, an hour long? Yeah. We'll try to make it shorter than that.
Yeah, because it's hard to listen to something for an hour long. Trust me, I know. It depends, though. If you late at night and you're in the bed, you ain't got nothing to do. Sometimes you just want to kick up. You're going to listen to something for an hour till you fall asleep. But
we do that.
Yeah. But, yeah, just a recap on today's episode, very first episode. The topic was, am I enough? Just targeting, we talk about our personal experience with just based around
the question.
The question, the personal society, personal life, which is where we kind of target society, family, friends, relationship, work, and towards the end we kind of did not five. We didn't do 5 things, but we did some. We did some things towards both genders of what they struggle with feeling it enough. Mm-hmm. We gave our intro about us, a little background on ourselves, a little background.
And if you have any opinions about these topics or just the whole phrase, okay, this is our question to you. What part of your life do you question yourself? Am I enough? When do you say that? That's something to think about.
And definitely, if you come up with something, leave it in the comment.
Feel free to email us. We'll leave our email in the description area, I guess, of our podcast.
Yeah, because we're going to create a separate email for this. So, specifically for this. What else? Oh, eventually we want to get to a point where we interact with y'all, with you guys, with y'all. So, where we basically we'll figure it out how we want to do it, but basically our idea is to insert, if you have a little microphone where you can record your voice, your opinion, and then we want to insert it into one of our podcasts. Of course, introduce yourself, take that time, shout out your social media, all that good stuff, and then give your opinion on the topic. We'll probably put out the topic, in advance, so anybody that wants to do it, they can. And for those that may not, who clips may not get inserted, please understand that we don't want to make our stuff very long for people.
Which this is already very long.
Yeah, which is very long, but it is the beginning. So, and we want to so a lot of you might not get in there, but
just know we listened to it.
Yeah, just know we did listen to it.
And maybe at the end, and a whole different, it won't be an episode, but be a sub episode, I guess, in a way, or we can just put all y'all's opinion that you have of that topic in one file, maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're that's just our idea for right now. We just we'll get there. We'll figure it out. But
we definitely want to hear y'all's opinion about this topic and our future topics from here on out.
We got some great topic ideas coming up. So if you didn't enjoy this one, look out for the other ones because it's gonna be a topic that you're gonna enjoy. So that's pretty much everything. Yeah, everything.
Yep, that's everything.
Everything. All right. My name is Tristan.
My name is Kimberly.
And thank you for tuning in to Join the Conversation podcast. This is episode 1. And
we hope to have you here again next episode.
Yep.
All right.
Y'all hold it down. Y'all be safe out there. Yeah.
Bye.
What the?